Okay. Hi everyone. Welcome to the Aries Full Moon event. So, I have a lot to say about this little full moon we got going on here. There's a lot going on. So, today's the Aries Full Moon. It will be exact in a few hours. So,
4:30.
around 5, hold on, a little bit before 5:30, so probably like a little bit after 5.
What?
Yeah.
A little bit before 5:30.
Yeah.
And a little after 5.
Sorry. Yeah, okay, so it'll be a little bit after 5, basically, but, hi Carla. So, this full moon is intense because it's Aries, right? So it's really intense. The energy is everywhere. It's crazy, heightened emotions, like intensity out the fucking yin yang, like it's intense. So basically this is awakening your instincts. So right now you're going to be, and just excuse the nails were hit over here, but you are going to feel more instinctual. So anything that is not aligned with you right now, it is time to let the fuck go of. Like, it is time to completely get back to you, get back to center, get back to why you started, get back to why you are who you are, why you do what you do, what you're passionate about, what instinctively grabs you, right? And it's time to get back to that place. Because in Libra season, it's like a fun house. And so we can lose ourselves in the mirrors. We see all these different people. Libra is the sign of other, right? Aries is the sign of me, like we talked about in the Libra new moon ritual. So, you know, it's Aries is the sign of me, Libra is the sign of we. And so when we meet we, right? When we meet someone else, when we meet someone outside of us, we can lose ourselves. You know, Libra season is like a fun house of mirrors, but it's really other people instead of mirrors reflecting back to you who you are, or what you don't like about yourself, or what you wish you could be, or what you think you're not, or whatever. And so it's been like real, you know, like it's been pretty damn real the last few weeks. And just even for me, like in particular, like, you know, when we did the Libra new moon ritual and we invited the shadow out, it's like it took that invite, you know what I mean? It was like, okay. So basically with this Aries full moon, it's time to get back to center. It's time to get back to who you are. It's time to be okay with the child in yourself, but also be okay with how much you've grown from that child. So, and the reason that I say that is because this full moon has Saturn. So Saturn and Pluto are going to be squaring it. And so in a rough, it's basically challenging it. And so Saturn is like the adult. Saturn is like the wise person that's worked hard, that's done, like, you know, paid all their fines, did their responsibilities, like they got it down. They've been doing this for like a long time. Saturn is time. You know, it's about really doing the hard work behind it and putting the hard work in and being an adult and being mature. And Aries is like the child. Thank you, Ruth. Aries is like the child, so it's kind of like, I don't know, like for me last night in particular, I was like able to look back at a lot of moments in my childhood. I was able to like get back to my personal center of like who I am and what's authentic of me, and to release the energies of the other people, right? Because it's like I've noticed like over these last couple weeks in Libra season with other, right, like it's been really easy to like lose myself. And I don't know if any of you guys have felt like this, like losing yourself, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's just any way with other people, right? Too many voices, too many people, too many people's opinions, too many people telling you what to do, too many people like how to improve your life, how to do this, how to do that, like, and it's just kind of like, I don't, you know, like I've had to really, and in the Aries full moon ritual today, we're gonna like release a lot of this and really do a ritual to get back to our center. And because I've been really like practicing rituals lately, because that's really been helping me through this. It's been like a form of self-care for me in particular. And so self-care is key right now. If you don't have a clue who you are, if you're feeling this energy and you're like lost in it and you're like, shit, I've lost who I am. Like, I don't know what the difference is of me and other. Like, I don't, who am I? Who are they? Like, that's kind of like a scary place to be right now. So it's important to get back to your center, get back to why you are who you are, why you do what you do, why you feel how you feel, what your values are, what your instincts are, what you believe, and why that is, basically. So it's about being authentic to you right now, basically, and just letting go of all the energies that are just not you. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that resonates with some of you guys. So, for instance, this is gonna sound really stupid, but it's not. But basically, So when I started realizing this, it's been like a couple weeks now, and it's taken me like, somehow I got like way off center. I mean, I could have went further, but I was like, whoa, who the fuck? What's going on? Like, I don't even know. But, and so, the other day I was doing a ritual for myself, for like self-care, self-love, all of that. And I had gotten this necklace that I posted about yesterday in here in this Facebook group, and I can link it on Amazon if any of you would like it, if any of you would like to share it later. It's in like a little plastic thing, but it's really in there, like, it's called Organite, and this is like supposed to help transmute energy and all of that, and it has been really helpful. But for my ritual, I was like, the reason that I got this, basically, if this makes sense. So the reason that I got this was a week ago, I think, and I was reading about it. Someone else was like, oh yeah, this like helps transmute energy and whatnot. And so I was like, oh, that sounds really cool. And I went and got it, and it does help. It does, and like, it has helped. But it got to the point where I was just like, I need to be just completely me. So as stupid as this sounds, I completely just, like, I got in the bath the other day. I, like, got in a freaking Himalayan Epsom salt bath, because that helps detox your energies. And I just completely, like, scrubbed myself from head to toe, did, like, a whole bath ritual and everything, got out of the bath. And while I was in the bath, and this is something you can do, too, while you're in the bath, and if you're doing the ritual with us today over on Patreon, I would recommend that you do this, actually. But while I was in the bath, I took out my shadow journal, and I literally wrote, like, who am I? Like, who am I, right? And I started writing who I think I am, but also who I know I am, but also including the opposite in there, right? Not just doing like, oh, for example, like, oh, I'm kind, but sometimes I can be not kind, like, oh, I'm, nice, but sometimes I'm a bitch, like, like, I wrote both, like, I did the opposites, right? I had to incorporate the whole Libra energy in there, and plus, just if you're, a lot of you that have been paying attention and stuff, and know about the shadow and stuff, like, know that it is about embracing both sides, right? So I literally just wrote all this down, and got to who I really was. Like, I don't know, I just got to my core and got the bathtub, and I was like, okay, what? And I like saw this necklace sitting there, and this is my mom's ashes, basically. So, and this is a necklace I normally wear all the time, but I haven't worn it in probably like weeks. And so I took this and I put it on, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna wear this because this is what I normally wear, and this is what is authentic to me. So as stupid as that sounds, it's kind of like the symbolism, like getting back to what is you, getting back to what you feel comfortable in, what is not you, what is you. And it's also not it's also looking at what is not you, basically. It's also being able to look at that and unpack that and being like, okay, why do I think this isn't me? Is it me? You know what I mean? Like, and looking at both sides of it, if I'm making any sense at all right now. But so anyway, so I wanted to talk about what this Aries full moon is going to play out a little bit like for each sign. So yes, Carla. So basically, so let's start with Aries. So if you're an Aries, this full moon's happening in your sign. So right now it's really important to get back to center, because Aries are not having probably the funnest time in this energy. At least from like my monthly reading, that's what I remember for Aries. Like, it's not going to be fun. It was going to be pretty triggering. So anyway, so it's time for Aries to shed anything to just get authentic with themselves, really, to be honest with themselves about whatever it is that they need. And then also, there could be some stuff going on in the career, but I really think some stuff could be going on with the father more deeply. Right now, if your father, whether your father's dead or alive or what, like, this is something that could probably be coming up from childhood or from like the past, or even just yourself, like being able to look back as your father, or being able to look at your childhood self and be the grown, like almost be your father to your childhood self or something, if that makes sense. But you could feel like a grown-up right now, just like be the grown-up and the child, right? And not trying to like force that energy, you know, and really just letting it be what it is, and not beating yourself up about it, but just understanding yourself. So that's some things that could be going on with Aries. So Taurus, this is happening in your 12th house. So this is really important for Taurus subconsciously to figure out what's going on underneath it all, what's going on underneath the surface that is not authentic to you. Any bad habits, any subconscious patterns that you're stuck in. Your dreams could be trying to tell you something right now. It's really important to get in touch with your subconscious instincts, basically. Hi, Charlotte. So with Taurus, let's see. Capricorn would be ninth house. So this definitely could be some subconscious belief systems, or some like yeah, so this event is for everyone. The Aries full moon event is for everyone, but the ritual is only for Patreon. Sorry if that's confusing, guys. So yes, okay. So basically, if you're a Taurus, this could be some old belief systems that are hindering you, that are just not aligned with who you are anymore. Something that maybe you were told as a child or growing up, or something that just that's just not aligned with who you are, and you may be really realizing, like, you know what, these aren't even my beliefs, or I don't even think these things. Like, there's almost like this elderly wise person, whether it's in you or someone else, like actually in your life, that could be coming up right now. Like, it could be like a grandparent. You could be feeling like energy of like a wise person, like a wise elderly person. I know this sounds kind of crazy. I'm kind of like intuitively channeling this as well, but so anyways, Gemini. So Gemini, this is happening in your 11th house, your 11th and 5th. So, and then Capricorn is your 8th. Yeah. So, So this is all about your friends, all about the people you surround yourself with, and what is authentic to you when it comes to friends, social circles, gatherings, groups. Like, what do you need to wipe off of yourself and say, okay, this is what I'm passionate about. This is why I do what I do. This is who I am. This is how I express myself. These people are not aligned with that anymore, or they don't understand that about me anymore. Like, they don't get that. No, we haven't done Cancer yet. Cancer is next. But basically they don't get that. I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like they don't get you or something. Or they don't, not get you, but they're just not an expression of who you are, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. They're not an expression of who you are. Fifth house is about doing everything as an expression of yourself. It's Leo energy. I'm a Leo rising. Everything I do is like an expression of me. Like, I put my energy, my art, my creativity. It's literally like, I want, if I make something, I want people to see it. I want them to be able to see me, like, right? So that's what fifth house is. And when you're dealing with that kind of energy with friends, it's kind of like, what is an expression of you and what isn't? Basically, that's what Gemini is dealing with right now. And what is not authentic to you, like what is not just, it's time to let it go, you know? It's just not happening. Or have you been around other people that have been influencing you and that's not what you instinctively really desire, or who you instinctively are deep down? Or you feel like your instincts are telling you to do something different? I'm glad Taurus resonated with you guys so much. So anyways, Taurus is really finding out how to be truly, truly authentic to themselves, because you have Uranus in your sign. So it's like, you have 11 people, hey. So you have Uranus in your sign. And so Uranus is all about being eccentric, doing, like, just being authentic, being different, no matter how weird or how fucking off that is. Uranus rules Aquarius, so think of that energy. Like, no, we haven't gotten to Aquarius yet. Welcome back, Shirley. Okay, so Cancer. So Cancer, this is interesting. So we're dealing with the cardinal signs here, which is my favorite. Like, cardinal signs are like, it's like inspiration, basically, in different forms, and I just love it. So let's see, Cancer. Aries is happening in your 10th house. This Aries Full Moon is happening in your 10th house. So you're going to be feeling very drawn to home, to family, but to also who you are on the outside. Like, do you reflect personally and your personal lifestyle? Do you reflect what you reflect out in public? You know what I mean? Does that match? Like, is there something just not aligned there? Is there something not authentic there? Who you are in private and who you are in public, like, that definitely can be two different things, right? Obviously, like, we can't always let who we are in private out in public, but why not? You know what I mean? And like, it's kind of like, are these two polarities, are they too polar? You know what I mean? Where can you find the middle ground? Where can you bring them both together and transmute that energy into you and follow your instincts, especially when it comes to your home, your family, what's going on outside of you, all of that. Like, Cancer right now, it's like majorly time to, like, just really figure out, get back to your center emotionally, right? What is, like, follow your emotions, your emotional instincts. Like, what is authentic to you emotionally in your emotional instincts, right? And so Aries is basically, you know, your 10th house, the sun's in your 4th house, and then Capricorn, this grown up is in your 7th house of relationships. So, and then Pluto as well, which just adds, and that's what's adding the depth and intensity. But I'm, like, not mad at it, you know what I mean? Like, I needed this full moon personally. So basically, for Cancer right now, it's really important to follow your emotional instincts, your emotional primal instincts, to get back to who you are emotionally, to get back to who you want to be, where you feel safe, where you feel comfortable in yourself, because you're literally looking at all sides of your life, your home life, your relationships, and your career. So you're like balancing out all these different areas, and so it's really important for you. And this is what I found for me. I need something, I call it like a charging base, like a charging port. I need something to like, just when I'm there, I can just like all of the different parts of me can just come together and be one. And literally, like, that's that. And that's what I feel like this Aries full moon has done for me. And I haven't felt this until the Pisces full moon in September. So basically, this is like one of those points you need to like completely come to center. I would definitely take that bath if I was a Cancer. Do some kind of bath ritual with yourself, really get in touch with your emotions, really create some kind of like sacred safe space for yourself and all of that. So moving on to Leo. So Leo, this is happening in your 9th house of belief systems. Or I'm sorry. Yeah, Aries is your 9th house. Okay, that's my 9th house, duh. So anyways, this is happening in the 9th house of belief systems. So this is all about instinctively getting back to what it is that you believe, what it is that you truly value in the world, truly value in society, truly value, like why it is that you do what you do. Why are you passionate? What helps you put that passion out there into the world, and what's going to help you keep doing that? You know what I mean? And why do you do it? And even doing it when it's not, right? Like when it's not freaking getting reflected back to you. Because as a Leo rising, it can feel like when we don't get some kind of like, hey, you're doing okay, or like, hey, like, I like what you're doing there, because it's the sun. So when the sun sees itself reflected back in the moon, it can be a scary thing, right? And it can be like, holy shit, I was not conscious of all this. But when you're basically, this full moon is going to be you kind of coming into an understanding of you don't need other people's approval. Like, where's your own approval? Why do you do what you do? And keep doing it even when shit's not fair. Like, that's what it's about, really, for Leo. And keep doing it, because whatever you're trying to manifest is coming, and you will do it. Just, it's going to happen regardless of how you try to make it happen sooner, or worry about it, or fear it, or whatever. So just get back to who you are, why you do what you do. Get back to your passion. That is what we need Leos to do right now. So Virgo, this full moon is happening in your 8th house. So, ooh, spooky, spooky. Okay, so for Virgo, this is all about getting in touch with the primal, instinctual, animal sexiness within. Yes, we did already do Gemini. So it's really about getting in touch with your subconscious, with all the deeper parts of yourself, with all of the deeper like sexual desires that you have, all of the things that you have stored kind of down in the dark, and really like letting those out. This is really getting comfortable with your darkness. Like for Virgos right now, this is really getting comfortable with your darkness. It's also getting comfortable with some kind of money situation, possibly. There could be some kind of end to a money situation, or some kind of closing to a money situation where you may have been worried about money, or how you were going to manifest money, or something along those lines. That could be going on. Something like that could be going on here. Hold on. So, and you could also feel kind of like you're having to grow up in a way, because Saturn's in that 5th house area. It's in your child area, so it's literally like, you know, the the adult is in the house of the child, right? And so it's kind of like you feel like you're having to kind of grow up in a way, or you feel like you're having to take shit seriously and be responsible and all of that. Just get back to who you are instinctually, primally, like, and what that feels like deep down. I mean, this is going to be some kind of like deep release, I think, for Virgo. So, all right, so Libra, this Aries full moon is happening in our 7th house. So this is all about relationships. Capricorn is the 2, 4, 5, 5th house. Wait. No, 4th house. And so this is all about relationships and your family. And kind of like anything that's been pulling you out of you from other people. It's like, once again, getting back to your authentic you, getting back to who you are as a person, to be able to balance the scales better, to be able to deal with others better. It's also developing some kind of grounding, some kind of everyday routine, or some kind of depth transformation in the home life. So that's what could be going on with Libra. I feel like I'm missing something. Sorry, it's like pissing me off. What is it? There could have been some restrictions or limitations with relationships or the home life regarding one of those areas, and you're kind of like feeling like limited or something, and you've had to really, you're having to really make space, really, is what I see for Libra. So moving on to Scorpio. Scorpio, this is happening in your 6th house? Yeah. Wait. Yeah, 6th house. So this is all about your health, your daily routines. You're just getting back to self-care, really. Self-care, huge for Scorpios right now. Hi. Good evening. It's like still the afternoon here. That's crazy. But anyways, so it's really getting back to who you are, getting back to who you are authentically when it comes to how you take care of yourself. So right now for Scorpios especially, getting to some kind of realistic, everyday routine, like ritual, like some kind of self-care ritual right now, like is key, basically. Really taking care of yourself every day, really making time for yourself every day. You could feel like this kind of like grown up in your mind almost, or even talking to somebody that is a adult or a fatherly type of figure or something along those lines, that in your head is like, oh, I should do XYZ, but really you're kind of like, it's time to just get back to strip everything away and get back to you, and be okay with that. Be able to, like, you know, be the adult and the child, like I was kind of saying before. So moving on to Sagittarius. So for Sagittarius, this is happening in your 5th house. Yeah, 5th house. Okay, so yeah. So this is happening in your 5th house, and oh wow, yeah, that's right, Jupiter's going to trine this as well. So this full moon is great for manifesting as well, you guys, because Jupiter's involved. This is kind of like a blessing at this. It's intense and it's heavy, but it's at the same time like a blessing, and like, I don't know how to explain it other than that, really. But so Sagittarius, you could be feeling like this need to let go of anything that's kind of like just not aligned with you, especially when it comes to other people. Like, what do you need to let go of, basically? Like, what Is there people in your life that you need to let go of? Like what? This is time to just recharge, get in touch with who you are, what you believe, what you stand for at an instinctual level, what your values are. Huge values for Sagittarius, because Saturn and Pluto are in the second house right now. So you are really just like hammering down on what it is that you value and what it is that is you at your core. Like, what are your bones, right? What are your bones, basically? And that's really what Sagittarius is coming to. And this is some kind of blessing for you guys, honestly. So, anyways, moving on to Capricorn. So for Capricorn, this is happening in the 4th house. So we have 4th and 10th. So just kind of like Cancer, you're really, you are really balancing out all areas of life. Like, your relationships, your career, your home life, and figuring out what's all aligned with you. Like, what in your life are you doing that is probably not aligned with you, or probably just isn't healthy for you anymore? Where's the unhealthy child come out, and then where's the unhealthy adult come out? Because there can be two sides of that, right? Like, we can have the unhealthy adult that's like too responsible in us, and then we can have the unhealthy child that's like too kind of toxic, right? And like wants to play and mingle and things that it shouldn't, basically. So where is this taking place for Capricorn right now? You know what I mean? Where do you need to kind of like, where are you picking that you just like shouldn't be, basically? Anyways, so then moving on to Aquarius. And I don't know about you guys, but like, I don't know if any of you guys have experienced this. This is kind of totally random and weird, but I don't know what's going on. But like, literally yesterday, and this could totally be like, I'm kind of ignorant when it comes to skincare. Like, I'm still learning what works for my skin, because for the longest time I never cared. Like, I don't know, like I don't normally have like crazy bad skin, I guess, like compared to some people. So anyways, but yesterday my face just started, and I don't know if it's this Aries full moon or what, like the instincts, the hormones, I don't know, but my face just like started breaking out. I mean, like just everywhere, like, and I was like, what the hell? Like, I mean, it was like bad. And just the night before that, I used like a new face wash, and I don't know if that was like supposed to do that though. Like, I don't know if that's a good thing. Like, was it supposed to just be clearing out my pores? Like, I don't know, but it was like starting to break out. And then my boyfriend like has a friend who also like recently broke out, and I was like, this is like super weird, you know? So like, I didn't know if that was like related to the Aries energy, or because I used face wash, and I'm not like a esthetician, so I didn't know if like if the face wash I was using, it's some kind of charcoal deep pore cleanser thing, and I don't know if it was just supposed to like bring that out or what, but because they were just like little, like they're already starting to go away, but it was just like a lot of them all at one time, and I was like, what the hell? But anyway, so okay, moving on to Aquarius. So Aquarius, this is happening in your 3rd house. So this is really kind of like what in your environment, what's going on with you locally, what's going on in your environment that has just gotten too crazy, too out of control, and you just need like time to like regroup, rethink, get it together, you know what I mean? Because it's like too much. Damn, girl. So it's really just, there could be some decisions that you're kind of like weighing out here as well. Like, what are you, and you need to trust your gut, you need to trust your instincts, you need to get back to who you are. I mean, I would like get out in nature, get out and get outside right now is what I would do with this energy, with it being in the 3rd house. So let's see. So you're also looking kind of at like belief systems as well, and thinking patterns, and how you kind of get caught up in your own head, and how you kind of look at the world, and how you kind of like get lost like thinking about other people, or in thinking patterns or whatever, and how it pulls you outside of you. Like, you're really starting to kind of realize that right now. That's awesome. Yeah, I've heard about that stuff, Jessica, but I haven't tried it yet. Carol, or things you need to release control of. That's a thought to ponder as well. It can kind of go two ways. Like, control is a really funny thing, because those that seek it don't realize that they're saying that they don't have control. That's why they're seeking it, right? So when you finally accept that you don't have control is when you actually gain control. That's how control always works. We have to play that game over and over to realize it, right? So anyways, that's what's going on with Aquarius. So Pisces, this full moon is happening in your second house. So this is really getting in touch with what you value, what's yours, what isn't, who you are as a person, how willing how willing you are, like, able to go for others, like how willing you are to do what you have to do for others, how far are you willing to go for others. And this is something that I feel like it's a boundaries thing with Pisces right now. Boundaries, value, self-worth, getting back in touch with who you are at an authentic level, completely self-care, self-love, like getting in touch with your gifts, getting in touch with all the things that you love about yourself, like just all of that needs to be happening right now for Pisces, or else you're gonna get like lost in this energy. Now with Saturn and Pluto, it's happening in your 11th house, so it could kind of feel like something is blocking you from manifesting, or something is like blocking you from gaining something. It's like you've been working so hard, you've been putting tons of work into something, but it's almost like you're not feeling the payoff. And this full moon could be either like a realization or some kind of blessing where you start realizing like what could be blocking you from feeling that payoff. And if you get in touch with who you really are, that's going to be the blessing. That's where you're going to realize it. So yeah, that's what I'm getting for Pisces. I think that's everybody, isn't it? Yep, sure is. Yeah, and for Pisces also, this can be a lot about with 8th house stuff, like it's all about merging with another person sexually, just in general, like just energy. So this is for Pisces, this is very much so about washing off other people's energies and getting aligned with who you are. So yeah, so that is what I'm getting for the signs. So I hope this was like helpful for you guys in some way. Yeah, Charlotte. Yeah, it's been a pretty psychic full moon too, like a pretty trippy full moon. I was like hearing all kinds of shit last night. It was pretty insane. So anyways, I hope that makes sense. If you guys have any questions, you can ask. But it's really about just getting in touch with who you are. Like really getting in touch with who you are, your instincts, like just the cat, the feline in you, you know what I mean? Like, yes. You're welcome. I always watch my cat and he's just so like, just instinctual, you know what I mean? Like everything is just instinct, right? It's like, and that's how you need to like figure yourself out right now. Like, okay, instinctively, like, and that's why these rituals have been helping me recently, now that I'm like thinking about it, is because when you're doing your own personal ritual, it's something that's really personal to you. So I literally like this ritual that I did for like self-care, self-love, which I can totally show you guys if you'd like sometime, but I mean, and it freaking worked. Like, I mean, this was like magic, like literally. It was kind of like spell ritual work that I was doing, but and I mean, it was like, holy fuck. And I actually just did this yesterday, and like literally within the past 24 hours, I feel like a whole different person. Like, I feel like I was just been completely like recharged. So anyways, I feel like all the other energies have been like stripped off of me ever since I took that bath, ever since I did that ritual, and I'm just like, okay, back to who I am. Okay, thanks. Now we can do this again. Like, so anyways, but it's really just about what do you, like, what's personal for you, instinctual. Like when I'm doing those rituals, I'm always like, literally it's just like instinct. I just let it flow. Like at first I have to put thought into it, but then it just kind of flows. And I'm like, do I want to use more of this or do I want to use more of that? No, I don't. Like, let's do this. Like, and I don't know. It's just, okay, I will. So I was kind of like, so I think what I'm going to do for those of you that are on Patreon is I'm going to go live on the Facebook, but I'm also going to like upload it to the actual Patreon platform for the other members afterwards, so they can watch it too. I think that would be like really cool. So that's what I was kind of thinking about doing. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this Aries full moon. Like, really soak it up. Like, this is a really, I feel like this is a really intense full moon because it's digging out deep things, like deep-rooted things, because Pluto's involved. So this is like really deep-rooted stuff. And so it's a really good time to like look at yourself right now. It's a really good time to connect with yourself right now, because literally, you guys, like, you are experiencing this life, everything. You are here to experience everything as you in this life, right? Literally, your life is a set of experiences of you, of who you are as a person. And so no matter what, you're stuck with you. So it's important to know who you are. It's important to know what your instincts are. It's important to know where you stand, what your boundaries are, who you are as a person, what's authentic to you, who are you, you know what I mean, and where to draw that line. Like, because, and that's okay. Like, we can draw the line. We can reflect on it later, but like, that's okay, you know? No, you're welcome. I'm learning so much from you too. That's the crazy part. I'm just like basically documenting my own realizations and my own shit to hopefully help other people. Like last night, this is gonna sound so stupid, but this is like instincts, right? And I don't even know if anyone else has ever even thought this thought before, or maybe I, like, this is my first time and I'm just like stupid, I don't know, but I was literally like, oh my god. And like, I don't know if you guys have like the last time that you've like truly like touched your body or like felt your boobs, but I was like literally just holding my boobs and I was like, my boobs literally have so much energy running through them. And it just was like, I could feel it last night. Like, that's how intense the energy was. And I was just like, oh my god. Like, I didn't know if this was happening all the time or if it was just the energy or what, but I was like, holy shit. And that's just like the instincts just like literally just kicking in, you know what I mean? So, but just thoughts like that, I'm like, I don't even know if anyone would ever share that or if that's even a thing or what, but that's good. Yeah, like your whole body too. Yeah, it's like, it's intense. And I mean, like, if you're, I mean, you could be feeling like frisky right now and the whole 9 yards, you know what I mean? Because it's like a, like I said, it's like just primal. It's like a cat, like, yeah. So, alrighty, you guys, I will see you guys for the Aries full moon ritual, those of you that are over on Patreon. And we'll be like releasing and all of that over there. So I'll see you guys over there in about an hour and a half. And we'll pull some cards and do some like Reiki healing and stuff. and all of that. So, but I love you guys, and I will see you guys somewhere later on, or this week, or whenever. Have a good Aries full moon. Soak this energy up. Just wash off whatever isn't you, you know? Just align with you. Just like let it all go and just align with you. Like, that's my best advice right now. Love you too. Alrighty guys, bye.